Alright guys, we are back with unfortunately some very bad news. So I was live streaming earlier, and unfortunately it turns out my internet died in the middle of the stream. So half of my reaction to this ended up getting cut out because the stream died. But I'm just going to come back and redo the reaction. I'm not going to like react again. I've already seen the banner. So if you want to see what little is left of my initial reaction, then the VOD should be up. I'm not sure if it's going to be up in full, but you should be able to catch at least like the first half of my reactions to this banner. What started off as very good hopefulness after seeing Best Bae Yunaka on the banner, like a top 3 easy engaged girl. It's pretty much Ivy, Yunaka, and Gold Mary are my 3 faves. And here we go. Everyone wanted Yunaka, so she's finally here for Christmas. Very wonderful artwork as well. Now, this is where things start to get a little bit dicey with this banner. I don't even know what in the world they were thinking. This is like the most power creep I think I've ever seen. I've been playing the game since day one, guys, and never in my entire life have I seen a banner that was just this disgusting. It's like actually, I can imagine if half of the player base decides to quit off of this banner alone. And I'm not even like the type of person that complains about power creep. I'll bring it up. I like to poke fun at power creep. It's like, okay, yeah, like this unit's busted, that unit's busted. We all understand that's just the nature of the game, but like this is just unhealthy amounts of power creep, I think. So here are her stats: 39 HP. She's getting double +6 from Citrine, so 57 attack, 47 speed, 21 defense, and then 30 res. Yunaka is very, very busted, as we're about to show. Silent Yule Knife, 14 might, 2 range, Kanto Distant with a max of 3. Kanto Distant is busted as hell on Cav types. We also get -1 special trigger. We're getting all stats of 5 if her HP is over 25% at the start of combat. Inflicting also, or gaining also attack and speed up to 9, minus the number of allies adjacent to her ×2 with a minimum of 0. So basically she just wants to be solo dolo to end up getting the maximum 9 there. Neutralizes effects that prevent units follow-up attacks and neutralizes guard. So half a tempo, half a null follow-up. Also, if she initiates, she gets damage reduction piercing by X%, where it's X times 30. And then she also gets initial hit DR by X times 30. And that also stacks on Brave attacks. So if you're hitting her twice in a row, she has 30% DR on both of those hits. And X is the number of starting position to ending position of whoever moved. So it's basically a clash effect to get that bonus there. And then if any space within 2 spaces of her has a Divine Vein effect applied or counts as difficult terrain, excluding impassable terrain. Difficult terrain would be a trench tile, or like a forest tile even, because that counts as difficult terrain. It takes like multiple movement to move through it. Then it's automatically treated as 3. So she just instantly gets the full-on -9 and the 30% DR and like all that. Or, no, that's part of something else. She just gets the full 30% DR on Brave attacks and then the damage reduction cut. And then also after combat she has Dagger 7. So like they gave her literally everything. There's not one thing missing on this unit. Maybe special acceleration on hit, but it's really not relevant. We have Luna, we got Flared Sparrow, we have the physical brother to Occult Strike, which is Assassin Strike. So this one's going to be for your bows and daggers, while Occult Strike is for your tome units. Very, very busted skill, by the way. So this is good on like any flying bow or flying dagger or ranged bow, or I mean cavalry bow or cavalry dagger. And then it does speed and defense -4, and then 20% of the foe's defense is bonus damage instead of the speed and res as bonus damage that Occult does. And then we got Fatal Smoke 4 as well, just because why not? Like, just giving the middle finger to all your Fallen Marias and all your Duo Ymirs and your Brave Selifs that thought they could live. Well, actually, no, they can't live. So, Haya Papaya. There you go. Just here to Haya all your papayas. Alright, this is where things really start to go downhill. So it's 3 houses again. We're getting another Claude, yet another Claude. He's not on the banner, though. He's going to be free to play. So this is a Lance Armor Edelgard. And this unit is just disgusting. So 46 HP, 63 attack, 17 speed, 47 defense, 44 res. I dare to wonder what's going to happen on release of this unit. Like, the meta is in shambles after this banner. So, Black Yule Lance, 16 might, -1. At the start of combat, if her HP is over 25% and she initiates combat, then she applies Divine Vein Flame on 5 spaces in a line centered on the foe space and also behind them. So 2 rows of fire tiles, which is just stupid. Also, she's an armored unit. She can't get Flared Sparrow naturally. So, like, just an armored unit that burns the world to a crisp. Then also, at the start of combat, if her HP is over 25%, she does attack and defense minus X on the foe, where X is 15 minus the number of adjacent allies times 2 with a min of 6. So, lots of debuffing potential there on the enemy's attack and defense. Also grants special cooldown count minus Y to her before her first attack, where Y is the number of spaces from starting to ending position of whoever attacked, with a max of 3. Again, the clash effect. That's a common theme on this banner, is the clash effect. And then also, if foe is in a space where Allied Divine Vein Flame is applied, then the value is automatically treated as 3. So Allied Divine Vein Flame would be like the stone tiles from Corrin or the grass tiles from Ratatoskr. And then also reduces damage from non-special DR by X%, where X is, or the value is 100 minus the number of allies adjacent to unit times 30 during combat. And also, if unit has weapon triangle advantage or foe is on a space with Divine Vein Flame, then neutralizes Miracle as well. So, nullifying DR, nullifying Miracle, double stacks on the fire tiles, a ton of stats. Armored Blaze, I think this is inheritable, by the way. This is like the physical version or melee version of Armored Beacon. So you get 40% of your defense as bonus damage when you trigger the special, and then if the enemy has 1 range, then you get 40% non-pierceable DR if your special or their special triggered or during the combat. So, yeah, this is probably inheritable. Attack and defense Prime 4, which is really good, because Prime 4 can be given to bows and daggers as well. It's not just distant counter, it's also close counter. Then we got Raging Tempest here. So at the start of turn, if her HP is full, or if any foe is in 3 rows or 3 columns centered on her, then she gets 1 bonus movement and charge, which is like the biggest middle finger to Gatekeeper. Summer Edelgard kind of gets locked out a little bit by Gatekeeper because she can't charge through with Assault Troop. So you have to like do a double smite to get Summer Edelgard in to attack certain teams, at least in Aether Raids, but getting that 1 bonus movement is so powerful in tandem with the charge as well. So even if Gatekeeper shows up, you can still move at least 1 extra space. This is really good. Then also, if the number of allies adjacent to her is less than or equal to 1, then she inflicts attack and defense minus 5 on the foe. 15% bonus damage based on attack. Another action after she initiates combat. And then also, if a skill effect moves her after this effect, then the Gale Force from this would go before Gale Force from her special if she has it. And then we got Def Res Ploy 3. Would have been a good time to give out attack and defense Ploy 3, but I mean, it is what it is, whatever. Yeah, goddamn, dude. This banner. I'm like exhausted. I did the live stream. I have to record the video again, but just like the units on this banner have drained the life out of me. I'm just done. I'm not going to quit the game. Like, I think a couple of people are probably going to quit the game over this, but no, I'm not going to quit the game. I'm going to just venture on. All right, so we got Dimitri up next. At least the artwork on the banner is pretty nice. I'll give it that much. So 41 HP. He's getting +6 from his B skill, I believe it was. So he's actually at 63 attack, and then he's at 46 speed, 32 defense, 19 res. And I hope to God this special is not inheritable, by the way. This guy's special is something else. Okay, so Black Yule Axe, 16 might, 1 range. He gets Canto 2, -1 special trigger. At the start of turn, if his HP is over 25%, he gets attack and speed up 6, null follow-up. And then also at the start of combat, if his HP is over 25%, he gets all stats of X, where X is 5 plus 15% of his speed at the start of combat. There is no cap there, so as high as his speed wants to be is the amount of stats he can end up getting. Then he also gets special cooldown count -Y before his first attack during combat, where Y is the number of spaces from starting to ending position of whoever initiated, max of 3. His special is a 3-hit special, by the way, so he just auto-uses it if he moves 3 spaces. So basically, this is just like Bunny Carla on crack. Also, if the number of bonus effects active on him are equal to or greater than 4, then he automatically treats it as if he moved 3 spaces. And he also gets 7 HP after combat. So no quarter. If this is inheritable, then God help us. Boosts damage by X% of his attack when he triggers his special. If the enemy is an armor type, it's 40%. Otherwise, it's 30%. And then if he triggers the special, then he just nullifies enemy's DR. So yeah, imagine giving this to any melee cav that you want, like Brave Seliph, for example, who just bites through defense. Now he can bite through DR as well. Like that's gonna be dumb. Then we got Attack and Speed Prime 4, because why not? Barbarity as well, and then Panic Smoke 4. So Barbarity at the start of combat, if the enemy's HP is over 25%, he does attack, speed, and defense -5 on the foe during combat. 25% bonus damage, and also based on his attack, and then also reduce damage from foe's first attack by 40%, which, of course, because we're doing this now, also works on the enemy's brave attack. And then also, after combat, he gives himself Vantage and Dodge. Like, yo, what is this banner? This, also in the live stream, this was like where I think I almost gave up. I was so done, man. To unit, and also inflicts all stats -6 on the target and foes in 3 spaces after combat. So it's also got Omni Smoke, which, I mean, we come to expect that on Dimitri. He had that also on the legendary one with Atrocity. So Omni Smoke, then getting Vantage and Dodge. Yo. I don't even know what's going to happen, like, after this. This is... I think I mentioned this in the live stream, but the power creep, the level of power creep on this banner is, like, at least 2 or 3 years ahead of what everything else in the game is doing. Like, this is just, like, not okay. This is not okay, man. Oh, my God. And then finally, the duo hero. I literally called it quits after I read their stuff. I didn't read their duo skill because I was so done. I didn't even care anymore. But, okay, so duo Bylets, this basically means they can do this with all the other OC, or all the other MCs. So, like, Robin can get a double Robin. We could get a double Corrin, a double Shez. I wouldn't be opposed to double Shez. I think that would be cool. But, like, I don't know. I would hope they keep this to a minimum. So, Holy Yule Blade, 16 might, 1 range, -1 special trigger, built-in distant counter. Also, at the start of combat, we get all stats of 5. Grants a bonus to their attack, defense, and res equal to 20% of their res at the start of combat. And also nullifies guard on themselves during combat. Then at the start of combat, if their HP is over 25%, and the foe's attack can trigger their foe's special, so like if they have a damage-dealing special, and your res is better than their res +5, then you get Super Scowl, or like Scowl on crack. So it's special cooldown count +X on the foe before their attack, where X is the number of spaces moved from starting to ending position of whoever moved. So a max of 3, that's Scowl times 3, bro. And if they trigger save, then it's automatically 3. So they can't even attack from a standstill. And at the start of combat, if their HP is over 25% and the enemy has a ranged weapon, they get null C. Because why not? Then we have Sublime Heaven, 2-hit special, boosts damage by X% of unit's attack when special triggers. If in combat against a dragon or a beast, X is 50, otherwise it's 25. If they trigger their special, they nullify enemies' DR. That was so unnecessary. They did not need to put that on this special, man. Oh, God. So you don't even need to run Special Spiral 4 on them. That's so crazy. That is actually, like, so crazy that you don't need to do that. Then effects from non-special skills, and if the enemy's range is 2 and units or foe's special is ready or triggered during combat, then you get 30% DR. This is not locked to being ranged, by the way. Oh, no, it is. It is. Okay. So basically, you get Armored Flow and Armored Beacon right there. Yeah, they're kind of good. Then we got Fire Flood Boost 3. We got Weaving Fighter, which is the brand new Wary Fighter. So this was long awaited. At the very least, this I think is okay because armored units needed more B skills. All of the B skills for armored units do not work too well with the arcane weapons. So if you're trying to build like an older gen armored unit, it is nice to get better options. But here we go. So at the start of combat, if your HP is over 25%, you do attack and defense -4 on the foe. Unit and foe can't make a follow-up, so built-in Wary Fighter. Reduces damage from foe's first attack by X%. If the foe can make a follow-up, X is 80. That would be accounting for the event that they have, like, null follow-up. Otherwise, X is 40. And reduce damage from foes' follow-up as well by 40%, and that stacks on Brave attacks. So you get 40% DR on the second hit, including their Brave hit. And then also, after combat, you get back 7 HP. So, like, built-in recovery, protection against Brave attacks, protection against first attacks, Wary Fighter built-in, attack and defense -4, Jesus. And then we got attack and res far save. I don't even know anymore, guys. I'm going to get to see their duo skill for the first time because I quit in the middle of the video. But let's see. Let's see what their duo skill does. I'm going to be reading this for the first time. Oh, their stats, by the way. So we got 52 HP, 62 attack, 18 speed, 45 defense, 46 res. Yeah, they're pretty good. In my expert opinion, I think this unit is pretty good. So duo skill grants defense and res up 6. Reduce damage from AoEs by 80%. And gives Hexblade to unit and allies in 2 spaces for 1 turn. Grants the following effect to unit for 1 turn. Also... Really? Surveillance shield as well. Yo, fuck this game, man. Fuck this game. Oh my god. What in the world? There's like nothing you can do about them then. So they have armored effective damage protection too. This is stupid. No AoEs, no effective against armor, no nothing. You can't play the game. You just die. I've got an idea for the next banner, guys. How about this? Okay, so the unit comes out, their weapon. This is the effect of the next weapon.
Got you something.
At the start of the turn, if unit's HP is over 25%, your opponent's smartphone explodes. How about that? You think that's strong enough? And then we got Claude there. So Claude's going to be our Tempest Trial unit. He looks like an infantry bow type, and I hope that he has a perf bow. I mean, they gave every unit on the banner a perf weapon, so it would be nice if he gets a perf weapon. But the bad news is that there's no demote on the banner. So they really, really, like, scumbagged as hard as they possibly could with this. I don't even know what to say, man. You can spark up to 4 times. I don't think you need the Fate Pass to spark, which is rare because most seasonal banners, you do need a Fate Pass to spark. It seems like they're going to let you spark up to 4 times even without it, but, like, yo... Let's see if there's even players left to be able to spark on this banner after this. I don't even know, man. I don't know what's going on. This is ridiculous. So this is your boy Tacho signing out. If you were wondering if these units on this banner were good, then you may not be playing the right game. So I will see you guys again in the next one. Take care. I think we're getting the data mines tomorrow for like the stats and all that. Hopefully Claude is nice at least because he's free to play, but we'll see.